going to start with Bihh, Roye, and we're just going to go into the show.
Go ahead. And welcome back to the Decoded log with Simply Chris, Zach Bailey, and Jake Winders, me.
What's up? I missed you guys, bro.
What up, dude?
So,
what a week one.
What a week one.
A smile hasn't left my face.
Yeah.
8
So-
days.
So have you guys gotten any feedback, like on the first episode?
I've gotten a few.
I have. I think it's biased feedback.
True.
Right. I think I got some biased feedback too. So we don't suck. That's the that's the
Consensus?
That's the consensus. We don't suck.
No, please.
We don't suck. We absolutely don't suck. Second.
Encore?
Sorry. Encore.
Oh, real quick, I just need to interject something. Dylan Carlson just hit a grand slam. Cardinals are up 8-2. So
Again, we had this conversation the first time. We're not baseball fans. We are Cardinals fans. And it
Exactly.
looks like the cardiac cards are back.
back in action.
Yes, and we are recording this Friday night, September 17th, if you're wondering which game he's talking about.
100%.
Absolutely. Follow along.
What kind of feedback did you get, Chris?
So I got a mixed bag of feedback. So of course I told all 6 of my fantasy leagues to listen to my podcast, except for my work podcast or my work one. I left that one alone just in case.
It's best to keep them at a distance.
Correct. So in my one league with like my wife's friends' husbands, that we're starting to get close, they loved it. They said it was a little long, which we all kind of knew, but we were very knowledgeable, and they said they were entertained. So even though it was super long, they made it through however long it was. Jake, do you remember how long it was? 3 hours?
3 hours and 20 minutes,
Jesus.
I think was the final cut.
That's a fucking Titanic. That is literally the Titanic, bro.
That's why we called it the Super Mega Football.
Let's just hope we don't
Because it's
crash into an iceberg.
always going to be, it's never going to be like that.
I don't. Yeah.
We're really trying not to even.
I don't even
half
think we're. It's,
that.
I don't even think it's a we're not trying to have that happen. It just we won't allow it to happen.
Big facts.
We're going to lose. Lose some fans.
Quite a bit. All 6.
The best feedback, though, came from my mom. Not even gonna lie to you.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, so let me just paint the picture. So, Krista Luckett, in her own words,
Close your eyes if you're following along.
she herself said, she's a Catholic school teacher. She is a catechesis of the Good Shepherd. So that means on Sundays at Mass, when the lady comes to the front and says, "All the little kids for youth Mass, come with me." That's my mom.
A woman of the people.
Correct. So she said it's a little, too much dick and ball jokes for her liking, but she was thoroughly entertained.
Did we have that many dick?
Oh, bro,
or ball
I
jokes?
called somebody a blowjob. Last. There's a few.
I feel like I
ball
just
jokes.
black out for some of that stuff.
It's okay. It's a concussion.
All 8.
We're not as bad as some of the other shows out there.
Correct. But for her to say, when she first looked at it and she said she saw 3 hours and 20 minutes, she was like, nah, I'm not listening to all this. But she said she listened to an hour, 90 minutes, and she didn't even realize she had been listening to that long.
That's quality.
Bro, I can live with that. I can definitely live with that.
Absolutely could live with that.
We got good flow.
Love to see it.
So what was your feedback, Zach?
So it was interesting. So my girlfriend is getting involved in watching football for the first time.
100%.
Which, speaking with her, football is apparently extremely intimidating if you've never watched it or played it or even been around it. So we're trying to watch these games, and I'm also trying to explain rules in pieces. But she ended up listening to the entire podcast, kind of like your mom did, in stretches, and she loved it, which for me was just like, I'll get you pregnant if you like football this
Straight
much.
like that.
You know what I mean?
Straight like that.
So, but yeah, it's a time thing for most of the feedback that I've gotten. 3 hours that's a lot of time to invest into listening to three jerk-offs talk about football.
Yeah, but I think the feedback that I got was that we don't sound like jerk-offs.
Right.
Like we're pretty knowledgeable.
Like, if you don't know us, you don't know
That's
us.
another thing that my mom was really impressed with. She was like, you guys literally sound like you know your shit. And my dad listened to about the first 30 minutes. He's a huge fan of you, Zach. He was like, Zach sounds like he's been doing this like analyst shit for like years. He should be on ESPN.
I'm a degenerate.
He's the guy I go to for sports.
And I go, and at first, you know, like you take like that with a grain of salt. They're your parents, so you're like, come on, exactly. So, but yeah, bro, what do we have on the agenda today, Jake?
Well, it was week 1, so we're gonna have some of that review a little bit here.
On fucking Christmas.
Of course, we'll have to talk about the hot topics. You gotta always talk
Always.
about the hot topics. We'll have our starts, our sit starts, our waivers, people you're gonna bench. We're gonna have the injury reports on all those positions, and then we are gonna give you those sleeper waiver wire pickups that are sitting out there that you're just waiting for.
Love it.
And then we'll wrap up with the betting lines, of course. Zach's going to give us his picks.
Oh, we had such a great week last week.
Chris and I will either argue it or agree with it. I mean, that's the only two options, right?
I mean, you can either follow me or you can fade me. You know
So-
what I'm saying? So,
For all our new listeners, please go check us out on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, please.
And the Facebook page.
Yep. Facebook page.
Is all up. So our Twitter handle and Instagram handle is the same.
they are.
The
We'll post the links in the bio as well.
Decoded
the same.
log. Yeah, all one word.
The Decoded log.
It'll be in the bio.
Yeah, 100%. And then the Facebook page, we'll share that as well too. And just, you know, thank you guys so much for your guys' fucking support.
Yeah, check the description of the podcast for all the links and everything like that. You'll be able to find us pretty quick.
We're very, very funny.
100%.
Yeah.
So we're going to hot topics. We're just going to kick that off right now.
I would like to start with one.
Go ahead.
There you go.
So for those of you who've been playing fantasy football for more than 2 or 3 years, the man, the myth, the legend, who is on his 13th or 14th strike with the NFL, Josh Gordon, is returning.
Shut the
Oh, yeah.
fuck up.
So Josh Gordon was.
Oh my God. Is he really coming back?
Of course he's coming
It's
back.
like more comebacks than Brittany.
Yeah, I looked
Oh,
at him.
you know
I was
what?
gonna pick him
Also,
up.
little side note. I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but shout out Brittany. The conservatorship is over.
Yeah,
She's-
clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's celebrate
Snaps-
that. Yeah, we'll
snaps for
definitely
Brit.
celebrate that. We'll definitely
Absolutely.
celebrate that.
Love it.
Congrats, Brittany.
No, so Josh Gordon, in case you don't know who he is probably one of the most electric wide receivers in the history of the NFL, but you wouldn't know it because he doesn't get to play more than like 2 games a season because he likes to smoke marijuana because it makes him a healthy person in his mind.
Whatever.
So, cool. But I think the interesting thing about Josh Gordon is they've asked him about his struggles with like marijuana and alcoholism and those sorts of things. The man has never played a football game sober.
Really?
Which, when you
That's
think about the level of athleticism
That's
it takes.
fucking incredible.
Exactly. So, I'm not saying run out and add him to your rosters, but I think
Not this week.
if Josh Gordon ends up playing even a down of football this year, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Cool. So that's, that's a hot ass topic.
Oh, I think it leads me down the road of what are your guys' thoughts in terms of marijuana use for active NFL players as a means of pain reduction, pain management.
Allegedly, I knew a kid, his sophomore year, his first varsity game. His older brother, he was nervous as shit. His older brother took him, down to, like behind the school away, like tucked in like one of the trails next to the school. Had him smoke a bowl. He's high as shit. Gets the opening kickoff and runs it back for a touchdown.
It's amazing.
So I don't care. It's weed.
I mean, I think it has its pros and cons, of course, like everything. But I think in a lot of ways, that particular example, I think it can just go back to the fact that he probably didn't care as much, didn't think about so many things, and he just acted naturally and just the way that he felt was best.
Because what was the Olympian who
Sha'Carri Richardson?
Yeah. Bro, it's not a performing enhancing drug. It's actually
as we saw at the Worlds.
Yeah,
not
she
the
got
Olympics. She got finished
smoked.
last, bro.
Dead last. And so my thing is again, it's a plant that grows, as Cat Williams so eloquently put it. And if you just so happen to set it on fire, there are some side effects: hungry, happy, sleepy.
Or devastatingly.
Literally, I could see him on stage.
Well, no, he's here.
He actually said that.
Well, he's here in the studio.
He's here
so
in the studio.
grow up. Sitting right there. But no, I think it speaks to even how much more impressive it is that Josh Gordon was able to catch a pass in the NFL.
Yeah, good for Josh Gordon, bro.
So I hope this is kind of it for him. I think if he goes anywhere, it's got to be like Kansas City or somewhere where he can win a championship.
So we don't know. He's just reactivating
You mean
to the
Tampa?
league, right?
Oh, he's going to Kansas City. Well, Tampa's not going to win the Super Bowl back-to-back years, bro.
I feel you, but I think if anybody can deal with, or you know where else, you should go to the Oakland Raiders. They got a whole team of sober cats over there that can help. If it's really that big of a deal, Darren Waller, and who's their defensive end, who literally has his sobriety date tattooed on him, bro. That is I think that would be the best fit if he's really trying to get healthy.
John Gruden would ruin that boy.
100%. Yeah. Okay. Any other hot topics?
Well, do you want to talk about your good Charlotte buddy over there? Didn't you want to talk about that?
No, that was all me.
That was all you?
Derek Good Charlotte fucking Carr on Monday night.
Somebody woke him up before September ended, and that's what happened. That's how they won that football game.
Bro, he didn't want to be an American idiot, and he got the win.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bro, first of all, how crazy, and so this is why I wanted to bring up Derek Carr. I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely had written him off. But
most people probably did.
But I think we all can agree, the nutsack he showed on Monday night, granted he got help with the Lamar fumble, and his defense kind of bailed him out.
Fraudulent.
Cap. Anyways.
Ravens are trash.
Yeah, they don't have a running game. But Derek Carr had every opportunity to lose that game, and he didn't.
One could argue, I'm just going to play devil's advocate.
100%.
One could argue.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
That more than likely it was Lamar Jackson who lost that game for the Ravens than it was Derek Carr who won that game.
No. I'm talking about on the game-winning play. John Gruden told him, if we see a zero coverage, which means it's an all-out blitz and there's no safety over the top, which they had subbed in their fourth-string cornerback, or safety. It was the safety. He said, if we see a zero blitz and their fourth-string guy is in, I want you to check it to this play, and the receiver's going to be wide open. And they had been waiting for that all night. And on the final play of the game, they got that. I think, one, that goes to, you have to tip your hat off to John Gruden for, recognizing that. And then, two, I think you have to tip your hat off to Derek Carr to put his team in that position to kind of get that. You still got to make the throw.
I guess.
And you still have to make the read to check that. So I think, listen.
Yeah, but how long? He's been in the NFL how long?
A while.
You expect that read. You expect him to
not from Derek Carr.
Come on, bro.
Not from Derek
Carr.
From Derek Carr.
Listen,
is Derek Carr a top 10 quarterback?
You don't have to be a top 10.
Was
Dan Orlovsky a top 10 quarterback?
It's not my point. Is Derek Carr is Derek Carr even in the top 50% of the league?
How many clipboard quarterbacks?
Stop.
are in the top 10.
Can you answer that question?
I'm asking a question in response.
So
to
is he okay? So we both agree that he's a clipboard quarterback.
What's
Yes.
a clipboard quarterback for our listeners?
So that is the backup guy that holds the clipboard for the starter and reads off checks and audibles in the headset to him.
Bet. Okay.
Okay. So we both agree that he should have been holding a clipboard 2-3 years ago.
probably like his second year in the
Okay,
NFL.
cool.
Yeah.
He hasn't. And so for him to make that play on a Monday night game when they had every reason to lose that game, and they should have lost that game, to make that play in that moment, bro, I listen, I'm all for it.
I understand.
I'm all for
I'm just saying, watching the game, I'm not thinking,
it. Which
wow,
wasn't incredible. It was a good game.
it's a good game.
It was a good game.
But I wasn't sitting there like, wow, look at Derek Carr. I'm sitting there like, wow, the Ravens are tragically bad.
Even the drive to take them down, to get the field goal to tie the game, he showed a lot of nutsack on that, and I got to give that to him.
60% completion percentage, 89.5 quarterback rating, average is 7.8 yards per attempt.
I mean, they weren't like airing the ball out that game.
He threw for 435 yards.
Shut the fuck up.
So he was 34 for 56.
He threw 56 times? Hey,
Well,
and like he sucked up until that final drive and the game-winning drive.
Josh Jacobs got hurt, towards the end of the game?
Yeah,
believe so.
yeah. Which
So
he
that
has
didn't
been
play much of a
downgraded. Yeah,
factor.
he's been downgraded.
He is out officially, which I was going to cover later. But
Sorry, my bad.
No, that's fine.
We're on it. So
I was just trying to figure out why Derek Carr threw so much.
because Josh Jacobs isn't 100%, and Kenyon Drake is not a in between the tackles stretch running back. But we can talk
We'll
about
get there
that
later.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are the hot takes. Do we have any more?
Speaking of Lamar, did you hear what Sammy Watkins said about him against this week? Minute
I did not.
So they're playing the Chiefs,
Which
right?
Sammy Watkins used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. He got a Super Bowl ring there.
And Patrick and Lamar have faced each other 3 times, and Patrick has won all 3 times.
Of course.
Has he really?
He's a dog.
No. They didn't win it. So Baltimore didn't beat them a year ago.
Wasn't there a game where Patrick Mahomes did not play?
Sure. There it is.
I don't know if
It would have been
I
like
don't-
Chad Henne or something. That
No, it wouldn't have been Chad Henne, bro. I think Lamar beat them like.
Well, you looked that up. Anyway,
Anyways.
3-0, Patrick's winning, and in a press conference earlier this week, Sammy Watkins said that Lamar needs to win this one.
Yeah, 100%.
Doi.
Do you think it's what do you think? What would you say if you were Lamar or one of your teammates? You know, if or one of the other teammates to Sammy,
Do you wanna go
say
first,
that
or you
about your
want me
head
to?
quarterback?
You already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, 100%. Let me take this one for Zach. Sammy Watkins hit the fucking nail on the head. I'm sorry. Lamar, you want to be in this elite category of QBs, which Patrick Mahomes is the fucking poster child of right now. And of course, Sammy Watkins wants to beat the team that said, you know what, hey, we want to ring with you, but we don't think you're worth the money you're asking. You damn right. Sammy Watkins was spot on. Sammy Watkins was spot on. Now, Lamar, we understand that you don't have a running back. We understand, like, everything that is stacking up against Lamar Jackson right now is to prove to us you can throw the fucking ball, which every sports analyst from here to Japan has said you can't do.
What I saw in that game is exactly what I've been describing to people since like 2019, and that is Lamar can make a throw, he can't make the throws. So he made a few throws in that game where I was like, wow, that was a really good throw. But he also missed checkdowns and flats and out routes left and right all over the place. I mean, he overthrew guys by 10 or 15 yards. And you want to call him an elite passer in the end? Get the fuck out
Nobody
of here.
has called him an elite passer yet.
But
he
he draws those comparisons because of his athleticism.
Correct.
That's why
And
you
then-
think he gets compared to Mahomes, or
Absolutely.
they're in the same draft
Absolutely.
class.
Yeah, they were.
And that's maybe why they always get compared.
No. And another thing is, like, Lamar, like,
He won a Heisman. I mean, he's
you
going to draw
don't have
that.
Lamar. You don't have a running back. You can't carry the ball 20 times a game and still win.
Right.
Because we saw against the Oakland Raiders, we saw you can't do that. So what you need to do is you need to be able to hit Mark Andrews in stride on a check down. You need to be able to hit Hollywood Brown on a fly. You need to be hitting Sammy Watkins on an out route on a dime if you want to be in that category.
I mean, you see it at the combine where they have these rookie quarterbacks making these throws, and
Yeah, don't do that anymore. I got it.
hey guys, it's time for our next segment.
I'm so sorry, bro.
Wow.
No, but the last thing I'll say is when you go to the combine and you watch these rookie quarterbacks, the throws that they ask them to make are an out route, a fly route, or a go route,
Mhm.
and then they ask them to make a crossing route over the middle of the football field. Lamar Jackson has shown he cannot make any one of those three throws on a consistent basis to any of his receivers against any defense. The one thing I will say about the Raiders is they bottled up Lamar in terms of being able to run the football, which kept them in the game. And if they did that to Lamar Jackson, who's actually an athlete, I would say watch out for what they can do to the Steelers on Sunday, because Big Ben cannot run and is not mobile, and he's also like 800 years old.
So yeah, let's.
Right.
So on Monday night, Lamar was 19 for 30, 235 yards, 1 touchdown. That's not with a QBR of 56.5.
56.5, and that's your elite quarterback play in the NFL.
That's not going to get it done.
All right, real quick, before we're not going to get into the positions, but
No, sorry.
real quick without thinking, sit or start him in a 1 quarterback league.
Always start.
Yeah, always start.
Okay, so it
I mean-
doesn't matter.
Unless you have like Sam Darnold on your bench.
I love the Sam Darnold play, actually.
Unless you have Sam Darnold on your bench, a Mac Jones on your
All right,
bench.
we'll come back to that. I
Yeah,
just
we'll
wanted
come.
to
Sorry.
say that.
Sorry.
Anything else we want to talk about week 1? Any big plays, any games, or anything that surprised you, or anything you want to talk about the picks before we move on to the upcoming week?
Terry McLaurin is a problem.
Yeah.
That dude
So-
is a monster.
So
Yeah, that
I didn't get to
catch.
watch the game last night, but
Wait,
But-
we're not going to talk about that just yet.
I was just gonna say my kicker got me 22 points. And
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. That's still week 2. We'll wrap. That'll be the last thing we
Sorry.
talk
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Hey, Zach Warmbold, if you're listening, fuck you.
Ooh. And that is Chris with your hot take of the week.
Wow.
Fuck you, I hate him. Who gave him the board?
He did.
Oh.
He bought it. He set up the studio. Okay?
Oh man, this life's great. So what's our next segment?
You want to wrap up some picks, or you want to review the picks from
Yeah,
last
we
week
can
real
take a
quick?
look at how we did. Quite honestly, it basically ended up as even when you shake down the money. So depending on the units that you bet and things like that, which we can dive into in a different episode. But we had some good ones hit. So I had the Chargers beating Washington as underdogs, actually. So that one cashed.
Are you actually betting these games?
I absolutely am.
Hey, question.
Yes. That's right.
If there's one game that I definitely want to talk about today from last week, famous fucking Jameis.
Okay, next time write it down. We'll come up with it later.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Chris.
I love
We,
it.
So we also had the Panthers at -4, so that one cashed as well over the Jets. And then we had the doozy of the week, which shocked me. The San Francisco 49ers were -9 against Detroit, and were winning 41-17 with about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and only won by 8. So we lost that one.
41-33. But hey, my wife is a 49ers fan. She was up there sweating. Because I was like, oh, you guys are about to fuck this bag up.
Performance of the week, Jared Goff, who threw for
Bro.
400 yards.
If he
threw
could
some
do that in the
TDs.
first, if he could have done that in the first, second, and third quarter, they win that game.
Probably, I would say so. I mean, he looked good, but it's funny watching Detroit play for Jared Goff when they wouldn't play for Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
And
So
the 49ers are the weakest link in the NFC West.
well, that division is loaded though. So
No. The 49ers don't stand a fucking chance in that.
well, no, I get that, but I'm saying if you were to take the 49ers and put them in like the NFC South,
yeah,
they'd run over
yeah,
teams.
100%.
So, so yeah, we had a decent week. We took Rams -8.5. We won that one as well. So overall, we missed a couple of small little parlays that were maybe longer shots. We took some dogs and.
Are you gonna put your weekly results up for our fan bases to see on the socials?
I am. I would love to be able to like kind of do a quick ad spot, but we don't have it with them yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I'd show you the app that I use to track all my picks and my bets, and it helps you monitor your units so that you don't get in over your head or overwhelmed with the money that you're winning and losing. So it's a good little spot, but we'll
And it's really cool because it's been tracking your bets for how many years now?
about 4 or 5.
Okay, so he can show you.
I
He's
did
not an idiot.
I did make a
Most
new
of the
one
time.
for the podcast.
Okay.
But I will post
Bet.
the one from my personal endeavors as well. The one caveat I will say to all of this is bet with money that you can bet with. Please don't use your rent. Please don't, if you have children, don't use diaper money to bet on the 49ers to cover a spread that they fuck up with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Do not do that. Do not. It's just not even worth it.
You ever do those game time bets?
It kind of depends. So I did, to kind of speed through things really quick here, I did want to make up some money, so I bet on Monday Night Football and ended up cashing that one, which was really helpful. And then I also bet on the Thursday Night Football game between Washington and
What did you
the
guys
Giants.
bet last week?
I was gonna bring. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun.
What happened?
I'm so sorry.
I owe you $20, or no, I get $20. That's right. That's why I didn't bring my 20 today because you owe me $20.
What did I?
Wasn't the Raiders gonna beat Baltimore by 5? What was it? What was the
No,
points
you took
spread?
it. Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah.
They just the Raiders.
Either way, the Raiders
You took
won.
the Ravens over.
Did I take the Ravens?
Yeah.
I got it on tape, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me the receipts. I don't.
It's all good.
I told
like
you,
that.
bro. I black out half the time.
Hey, counting 8 concussions.
Oh.
He's like.
Oh,
the-
actually, it's 9 now. I
What's
got
the-
one a few weeks ago playing indoor soccer.
You know what's funny? I think
What's
he said 9 last week, so
He
yeah,
did.
definitely 9 concussions.
What's
That
the-
just
what's the
confirmed it
dude-
right there.
What's the dude from Not Another Teen movie who's like he only has like X amount of concussions before he
Yes.
fucking dies? That's you, bro.
Oh no, dead serious.
Yeah, that's
No,
you.
Wow, Blast from the Past movie. I hadn't seen that since I was in elementary school, I feel
Shout out
like.
Not Another Teen movie.
I should not have seen that when I was in elementary school.
But just to make it straightforward, we're up 4 units on the season right now.
Bet,
Depending
bet.
on how you gamble.
Well,
yeah.
Awesome. Don't bet like great. Bet, but only if you want to.
Yeah.
Safely.
Sweet.
With your fun man.
But in the future, what I'd like to do is we'll kind of pick a gambling topic each week, just for people who are new to sports betting or maybe not as comfortable with sports betting, just to kind of build that comfortability or familiarity with it, so that maybe you can talk about it or potentially bet on games.
There we go. I like it. All right, so I got one last hot topic to get us going into week 2. Speaking of substance abuse and things like that, did you see what happened to Dallas's offensive tackle?
I did.
Right tackle?
He got suspended, but they're appealing it. The last time I checked, they were appealing it. I don't know if he won the appeal or not. So I think he's going to have to serve that suspension.
Currently, as of, I think it's about 5 games. 5 games he's out, so that's not too great.
It's actually really funny. So there's a obviously everybody knows who Rob Gronkowski is. Even if you don't watch football, you probably know who Rob Gronkowski is.
Seen a commercial.
Yeah.
Masked Singer.
Oh,
He's the lion.
he's everywhere, bro.
I didn't know that.
He's everywhere. But his brother Chris was like an NFL dropout, basically, who couldn't cut it. He was a fullback. But he does like informational videos on TikTok and explains like NFL contracts and the substance abuse policy and how they do drug testing. It's really interesting. the way that the NFL drug tests because it's actually much more heavily monitored in the off season than it is in season.
Correct. You get 4 drug tests during the season,
And they tell you when they are.
There is no reason you should fail an in-season
Exactly.
drug
Well,
test.
that's why he got suspended, because he's missed those drug tests.
Correct, because he knew he was going to pop.
He didn't necessarily fail them. He just didn't pass them.
And so
by
that's
not
why
showing
I
up.
think that's what his lawyer was trying to argue, but no.
There's no evidence to prove
That's
that
like
he was-
that's like a DUI. Yeah, clearly you're drunk, but no, I'm not going to walk the line or blow in the breathalyzer. So you're just going to take my license away.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but that's how it usually works. Is you'll have random testing in the off season, where they basically just show up and tell you to test, or they send
Or they
you
shoot
somewhere
you.
to
They
test.
shoot you a text and they say, "Hey, you got 2 hours to get here."
Right. But in season, they're all planned out. They tell you when they are. It's literally impossible to fail unless you're an absolute moron.
There are things out there. There are drinks you can drink, even if you get that
No,
2 hour
no. Like,
They got
the
those
NFL
kinds of
they-
tests they
yeah,
can
yeah,
test
yeah,
for those
bro,
things.
They test for the beta blockers.
Right.
They test
They're
for
all
the beta
over.
blockers.
But that's my thing is that what is it? Weed is what, 72 hours?
no,
Bro.
No, it's
like
like
3 months, depending on how much you smoke
Yeah.
and how fat you
and
are.
yeah, because it sticks to your fat cells. Like Coke and everything else,
That's
that's like 3
couple
days,
days.
72 hours.
But that's my thing is that these guys are, a lot of them, using weed as a pain management substance.
Yeah.
Correct,
So
because
the
they
fact
don't
that
want to
they're
get they don't want to get addicted to the Vicodins.
Well,
your
right, but how are they
oxys.
not popping on these tests then? If it stays in your system that long.
We can talk off air about that.
What?
I can answer that question
Like-
for you. Again, we'll talk off air about that.
Oh, I think I might. Okay, moving on.
Also, it's like the NFL. I'm sure they have money to be able to pay for things that I don't even know about.
So anyway, he's going to be out this week. Dallas is playing
In
The
shambles.
Chargers.
In shambles, they're gonna get blown the fuck out.
This one,
To the
Justin Herbert's the best quarterback in the NFL.
cap.
Okay.
okay. All right, so we'll come back down to that at the end of the show when we're talking about the matchups again. Let's visit the Thursday night game. Tell me why Daniel Jones rushed for more yards than Saquon did on Thursday.
Can I answer this question?
Go ahead. I was gonna let you have this one.
Like he almost doubled them. Right?
Yeah, because Saquon is not a reliable running back in the NFL.
Did you see that Chase?
Reminder:
Chase.
drafted 5th in our league.
Did you see that Chase Young hawked him essentially?
Because Chase Young is an absolute freak of nature.
And like I noticed that like Saquon like runs like with all his momentum, like he almost runs like parallel with his upper body parallel, like facing down. Like he looks like he's gonna fall with every stride he takes.
His legs are so heavy that
Yeah.
it's hard to keep his balance, I guess. I don't know. I think he's.
I didn't get to watch a lot.
I
Of the
think
game.
I
don't
think
get to
he's.
watch highlights.
I mean, as we talked about, I think last week you may have said that running backs don't really last that long in this league anymore, and I don't know. Is he done, or
I don't
is he
think
coming
I think
back?
he's
Does
still,
he look better?
I think he doesn't look healthy.
I think that people have this unreasonable expectation because of Adrian Peterson, where they haven't seen an athlete like that in so long.
And Adrian Peterson ended up. We found out that he was taking antler strengthening.
Well, he's a good old boy. He's from the South, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably got home remedies that are more powerful
Like
than
the
anabolic
the
steroids.
shit that you like spray on like your antlers that are hanging like in your like hall. Like that's what Adrian Peterson was like spraying on his fucking knees before every game, allegedly.
I don't know what that does.
Yeah, what? What is that?
Is it just like steroids or what are you?
No. Like
So he doesn't feel his leg pain?
I guess I don't know, but like I guess like so again, you know how you hang like a trophy like of your buck like up in a.
I gotta be honest with you, brother. The only animal I've ever killed was in like Buck Hunter, the video game.
No, that's fine.
You never fished?
Oh, fishing's so boring.
Ah, you're so disappointing.
I'd rather golf. At least there's something fun to do. You get hammered.
You get hammered
Well,
fishing.
you can't. You gotta be quiet. You gotta sit still. You gotta care.
You don't have to. You don't have to sit still.
I think I know a little bit about fishing here, Chris. Caught a rainbow trout at Bush Wildlife once. So
And Boy Scouts?
I was 7. Went with my sister and my mom. Never went back. Sister got stung by a bee. It was like a whole Whole big thing.
What the fuck just happened?
And that's a look into Zach's life.
Yeah.
Which is what our show is also going to be about. It's not just fantasy football. It's going to bring you into the life of the Decoded Law.
I'm sorry, that was Ray Lewis that was using
Ray Lewis.
the antler.
He doesn't even fucking know.
I'm sorry. Did you just forget the story?
Yeah.
But one of them was basically using like a type of shit that...
I wonder if he'll ask me to edit this part.
Yeah,
out.
we're probably going to cut it.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
No, you can keep that in there. It was Ray Lewis. He was using like the shit that like vets give to like deers and shit to like strengthen their antlers.
You remember when Ray Lewis allegedly got away with a double homicide?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Right.
You might want to cut that part out.
Right.
Yeah, I would cut
Oh my God.
that. Fuck it.
All right,
Right,
I think
right.
we need to take a commercial break right now before we get into the sit and starts.
Yeah. Zach, you got anything before we go to commercial?
No, I wanted to finish up my Saquon analysis compared to Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So I think with Saquon, everybody had this expectation he's going to be, just like Adrian Peterson was when he came off his ACL, and it's just unrealistic. It was a once in a lifetime thing that happened. Adrian Peterson rushing for 2,000 yards after tearing his ACL, like 16 months or whatever the time frame was, unheard of. Unheard of. It's ridiculous. Saquon is never going to be Adrian Peterson.
No.
So I think Giants fans just need to get the fuck over it. Daniel Jones is probably better than Saquon in terms of longevity and taking the franchise
Rushing
somewhere.
ability this season.
He snapped off one 41-yard run and then finished the game with 57 yards. You tell me who's a better running back, him or Daniel Jones?
He can only run to the right side.
Barely.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be back.
I turned our mics off, so.
Oh, sorry. Ray Lewis really did kill two people.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but it was self-defense.
Was it for real?
That's what.
Allegedly.
Is that coming out of your headphone? I can hear that from? Yeah, yours.
Yeah.
Right back into it? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And that was This Bit Sexy by EJ Carter.
Right.
Go follow him on Spotify.
Go check him out. We'll probably drop the link in the description
Always
too.
a good listen.
Always,
You gotta credit
always.
the content creators, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Of course. All right. Well, fantasy football players and GMs out there, this is what you're waiting for. Our starts, our sits, our questionables, our probables, our outs, all the good stuff that you need to know going into week 2. Here we go. We're going to start off with our quarterbacks as always. Who's got those this week?
I got those this week. So this week we're just we're gonna kind of talk about sleepers this week. So one sleeper that you kind of want to be on the lookout. I'm kind of nervous. He's on my roster right now, but I'm kind of nervous about starting him. Kirk Cousins. He will be playing at the Arizona Cardinals this week. For a second straight week, Cousins is one of 4 sleeper quarterbacks, according to ESPN.com. And all he's done is produce so far. With weapons like Adam Thielen and
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
Dalvin Cook.
Exactly. So that's why he looks like a really good upside. However, the one drawback that's kind of making people nervous is the Arizona defense and what they were able to do in stifling Tennessee.
Chandler fucking Jones.
Bro, I told you that last week. Moving on, another quarterback that is out there. He's not on a lot of rosters. Matt Ryan. Matty Ice will throw a ton against the Buccaneers defense, which we know last week they're not going to be able to run the ball. And so with the injuries that the Buccaneers secondary has suffered, this looks to be a favorable matchup, but be on the weary side. And go ahead.
Oh, it's just ridiculous to think you would add Matt Ryan to your team.
He's on there. He's on there. And then the final.
Why do you think it's ridiculous?
I think Atlanta is garbage. They looked so bad last week. They're gonna look bad again this week. I mean, that is a dumpster fire.
Did you see that shot of Matt Ryan face down?
You want to see a dead body?
He reminded me of that meme where it's just the stick figure with a stick poking it. It's like, do something. Yeah.
Or do you remember like when the Nate Robinson got knocked out? And that's the final quarterback on my sleepers list this week. Again, he has a favorable matchup against a dumpster fire defense, and we're going with my boy Teddy Two Gloves. Bridgewater. Yeah. What a phenomenal game! And again, he's getting two trash defenses back to back. Again, even with Jerry Jeudy out, Noah Fant is still a reliable target for him. Teddy Bridgewater, he's a veteran in the league, and he's going to find targets. And so those are my three biggest sleepers this week as far as quarterbacks go.
Against the Jags defense?
Oh, Jags.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that ship has sailed, a couple seasons ago.
One more week, and Urban's going to be headed to USC. So.
Big facts.
Let's move on to running backs. For me this week, I'm going to give you a start, a sit, and then a potential waive. It's kind of up to you if you want to or not. A huge start for me is going to be Damian Harris for New England. So they did lose to Miami last week in Foxborough, which is kind of unheard of, but Miami's actually kind of playing really well against the Patriots the last couple of years.
The Dolphins.
Love the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They're terrifying.
Tua Tagovailoa looked really good.
He can't throw to his right, but yeah, he looked good for when he was throwing the ball to his left.
Which is unorthodox in the NFL because you're used to facing right-handed quarterbacks.
Exactly. So I think it makes him, that much more elusive. I think he's subpar arm talent though.
And no. And it gives him an edge to hide behind the fact that it's an adjustment for defenses to make.
Sure.
Yeah. I like this Harris pick because they're playing the Jets.
They are playing the Jets. But against Miami in a game that they lost, he still rushed for 100 yards. So I think he's a dual threat back. He can catch passes out of the backfield. He's going to get the most playing time out of the backs in New England. And quite honestly, I don't hate Mac Jones. If anybody would like to follow the drama of our league, I wish I could send you all the screenshots from our group chat because I hate everyone that plays fantasy football in this league when it comes to trades.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to go.
No, you have to.
You
might
to.
as well.
That's what this whole.
No. I need you to understand. You were, and I told you we were going to talk this out. No.
You want to recap this after we do our sit starts?
Yeah. Let me get through the rest of my running backs here, and then I'll tell you why.
Because I want to I have a box of dicks for him to eat.
Well, we're gonna have to add that to a segment.
All right, cool.
Not the box of dicks that eat it.
No. He's gonna eat this box of dicks.
The obnoxious trade proposals.
Fans, you hear this? That's his box of dicks.
I won't be eating any boxes of dicks this year. I didn't eat any last year, and they were promised for me, so it's not happening. So my start's going to be Damian Harris. If he's not on your roster or he's a free agent available pickup, I'd scoop him up and start him.
100%.
I doubt that he's not, though. So my sit. So we mentioned earlier that Josh Jacobs is not going to be playing this week. He is out, which leaves a bunch of room for Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
But I think Kenyon Drake sucks, and I think the Raiders suck. So I would not start Kenyon Drake. I don't think they're going to have success on the ground.
And I agree with you. Kenyon Drake is not an in-between-the-tackles running back. I think that's why Arizona didn't sign him and keep him there, and that's why they brought in a James Connors. So, yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't think he sucks. I think, for as far as PPR leagues, he might be a viable flex option if you're desperate, because he's going to catch at least. I mean, Derek Carr's going to check the ball down to him if he's throwing 56 times a game. Kenyon Drake's good for at least 7 to 8 of those.
Well, they're playing the Steelers, and
You don't think he'll pull double digits?
It's in Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh.
I don't believe in the Steelers' defense.
A few receptions.
I think they're still one of the top 5 defenses in the league.
Fair enough.
I even if he catches 5 passes, 6 passes, I mean, he'll maybe score you 8 points, 9 points. He's going to have to get in the end zone, and I just don't see the Raiders scoring that many points or getting into the end zone against the Steelers at home.
I think if you got a deep league, it's a viable option to look at flex.
It's a stretch for flex. But like my thing is, like,
don't start it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
if you have other running backs on your roster, I'm not looking at Kenyon Drake to be my savior this week.
Correct.
You know.
Yep.
And then so generally speaking, when we look at guys we're not going to roster, or maybe we're reevaluating guys that we drafted or picked up after week 1. I think if you have this player on your roster, it's time to let him go, and that's Sony Michel out in LA, because Darrell Henderson
is a monster, and he's not giving up that spot.
So he took 94% of the offensive snaps for the Rams last week.
You ain't see it, Michelle.
I don't see a world where
unless
anybody else impacts that running game. Like, yeah, correct. If there's an injury that takes place, then yeah, sure. But right now, that's Darrell Henderson's spot. He looked good.
No. He got me 18 in one of my leagues. So yeah, bro, I'm all about Derek.
Well, I think that says a lot for potentially what it looks like for Cam Akers when he comes back next year. I could see the Rams cutting Cam Akers and him going somewhere where they need running back help because of how well Darrell Henderson is playing.
I don't think Derek.
You don't think they'll try to turn that into a threat?
I think Derek Henderson is Darrell Henderson.
He's not Derek Henry, which I know that's where you're trying to go, but he's significantly smaller than that freak of nature.
Darrell Henderson is the guy in LA for the Rams. Like, I mean, he looks the part.
How good did that offense look?
Matthew Stafford looks comfortable.
I feel so happy for Matthew Stafford.
And the defense. I mean,
they're gonna win a Super Bowl. It's gonna be great.
I
hate it because of Stan Kroenke, but I'm so happy for Matthew Stafford.
It's a lot. 100%.
So that's my start, my sit, and my wave. But generally speaking, if you have running backs stashed in your lineup, I'm not a huge fan of just letting them go. Especially for end of season pushes, things like that, trade bait, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Zach. All right, Jake, you got receivers and tight ends.
We got the pass catchers.
Running backs are people too.
Yeah, I mean, but they got running in their name. I got receiver in mine. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Receiving is what you're doing this week to my team.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're playing each other. I got some points on the board this week.
So did I. I outscored you. I'm not crushing you.
We'll talk about it when we get to the league wrap-up. Okay. Wide receivers this week. I don't understand why Devontae Parker's not on more rosters right now.
Why does that surprise you?
Yeah, why does that?
I don't know. He's on 60% right now. Are we afraid that Tua's not going to throw to him? Fuller's still out. That's why I like him this week, is because Fuller is out right now.
True.
That's the main reason why I'm pushing him this week again.
I don't hate Devontae Parker, but I certainly understand why he's not on every roster.
I mean,
why don't you enlighten me then?
Because it's the Dolphins.
We just talked about how the Dolphins are looking good.
Yeah, they beat a Patriots team without Tom Brady.
Their defense is still their defense. They still have Gilmore and McCourty's in their secondary, so don't do that.
I have a thing against Alabama quarterbacks. I just don't.
And I told you they had all but one of the Alabama quarterbacks won last week,
which is great for them.
And probably and the only reason he didn't win is because he was playing an Alabama quarterback.
I think Tua's fine. He's a serviceable QB1. I think he gives you a nice dual threat option. He doesn't scare me.
No, my thing is,
Would they put up 18 points, 19 points? Like as an offense?
17 to 16, I think was the score.
Yeah,
my thing is, I like Devontae Parker and Jalen Waddle. I like that too. I like them as kind of as the combo, receiving pair that are going to be Tua's favorite targets.
I think so.
Yeah. Would you ever? Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about them. Everybody's starting every Kansas City receiver, especially with the two cornerbacks that are questionable in Baltimore.
Yeah, that's probably.
If you've got Hardman sitting on your bench, you could probably throw him in your lineup this week.
That's flex for sure.
Yeah, flex for sure.
Yep. And then I really like Nelson Aguilar.
Why?
As a pickup, because he's their number one in New England, and Mac Jones is looking pretty good.
Mac Jones does look good.
I think we're not giving him enough credit.
I said at the beginning of the year. That I think of the Alabama quarterbacks that have come out of Alabama in the last 10 years, Mac Jones is probably the best.
You're gonna put some respect on Jalen Hurts' fucking name, even though he's an Oklahoma quarterback.
Yeah, what I was gonna say. What does that have to fucking do with?
Yeah. He's an Oklahoma quarterback because he entered the draft, but he's an Alabama quarterback.
So your prototypical Alabama quarterback is like skinny white guy, pocket passer, very cerebral.
AJ McCarron.
Exactly. Like clipboard quarterback hero. Like those Alabama quarterbacks are fully prepared to not play a single snap in the NFL. Like that's where. Does that make sense the way that I'm saying?
No. I wholeheartedly. I get.
Like they'll go to the NFL and they're NFL ready to hold the clipboard. Like that's. Nick Saban does a fantastic job.
Getting
like just be fucking obedient. Like
that's why they're so good. But that's why they're so good because like
it's funny, but like that's what he does.
No, you're spot the fuck off. You're spot the fuck. He is creating NFL skill players and defensive players.
The quarterback's job is don't lose the game for our receivers.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why Alabama quarterbacks can get into the league and fake it for a few years. All right, cool. Moving on.
All right, well, anyway, they're playing the Jets, and he's rostered on 37% of ESPN leagues right now. So
definitely a good wide receiver 2 or flex pickup, for sure.
Last wide receiver I want to talk about here, Zach Pascal.
I love Zach Pascal.
Love that. Carson Wentz's favorite target.
This was my waiver pickup this week, actually.
Oh, I bet you that was beautiful.
I saw that, actually.
Yeah.
Nice. No, yeah, Carson Wentz loves Pascal. I think T.Y. Hilton's starting to get into that,
Well, he's still on IR anyway.
like, week. Is he really?
Yeah, he's not playing.
Oh, he might as well retire. I think it's up.
It's probably over for him. I think it's a wrap.
Michael Pittman?
He's questionable this week. Campbell's questionable this week. Zach Pascal's the only healthy one.
Bro. Hey.
Pick Zach Pascal up. He got 20 points last week.
Who the Colts playing?
I have this.
So the reason that I asked that...
the only reason I would hesitate is because they're playing the Rams. That's the only reason I would hesitate on that.
I don't think does...
So here's the thing with the Rams: if the Colts are going to be successful throwing the ball, and you only have
you got to throw
Zach Pascal, you're going to have to activate your run game with Jonathan Taylor
and throw away from Ramsey. Do not throw to Ramsey. Do not.
I think he's probably the best corner in the NFL, and I think he's the most athletic cornerback since Darrelle Revis. But
I think he's bro. I think he is way better than Revis. I think
that's what I'm saying. I think he's more athletic than Darrelle Revis was, because Darrelle Revis was a problem for a couple of years, especially when he was with the Jets.
Yeah.
But I think with the Rams' run defense, with Aaron Donald, their linebacking core, like you're not going to just run the ball for 100, 200 yards on the Rams.
No.
But if you're going to be successful throwing the ball to Zach Pascal and your Carson Wentz, you're going to have to get Jonathan Taylor active both in the run and the pass.
And who else is
Hines?
I was getting ready to say
he's not
Hines
bad.
He'll take 20 or 30% of the snaps, but Jonathan Taylor's your RB9.
Yeah. I think my most confident pickup off the waiver wire is going to be Zach Pascal.
I think it's a great
because
I think that's a great pickup.
Speaking of my lineup, I was thinking potential drop but bench. I've got Jefferson and Julio Jones in my top 2. Were last week. Do you bench Julio Jones?
Yeah.
Maybe put in Mike Williams or Zach Pascal?
Jordan Jefferson.
Those are my 2 options.
I'd roll
I'm
Zach
thinking
Pascal
Williams.
out there, but I play
Yeah.
you this week, so
Yeah, I'm not listening.
You
to
should
that.
put
So
Tyler
then
Boyd.
Williams for sure.
put Tyler Boyd.
No, he's the drop. He's gonna get dropped.
Okay.
That's gonna be an interesting matchup right there, like between you two.
I can't believe we haven't talked more shit this episode yet.
I know. I thought it was gonna be like.
We haven't gotten into the league.
I was gonna say we haven't really gotten into the league drama, but
Hi.
All right, so those were the wide receivers. So we're talking about the tight ends. You know what I'm saying?
I almost said tight
Yeah.
receiver, bro. That was gonna be
Do
a
you have a
pause.
pause button?
I
Yeah,
don't. All I can hit with that one is just the.
ugh.
Yeah, that was gonna be
bully.
gross.
Well, you know, with tight ends, it's always hit or miss unless you got those 2, top three, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. But I'm really shocked that Higbee is only on 75%. I mean, that's a high number, but he's with Stafford now and what they did, what he's
There's a
been doing.
lot of options out there in LA.
And my thing is like, don't forget. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of options out in LA, and that's what makes Higbee, less attractive. But if you go back to Matthew Stafford's last 2 years in Detroit, who was his most targeted player?
Hutchinson.
Oh my God.
I just don't see the Rams in the red zone that much. Not because they're bad, but because their offense is so explosive.
I was getting ready to
Yeah.
say, like, I think they're going to have a lot of home run plays this year.
Did you see Matthew Stafford?
Do you think he's
roll
still a
out to
top
his
10,
left and then go
top
cross
14?
body
Like, he
60
should be a
yards?
rostered tight end in a 14, 12-person league. You think, or no? You don't think he's
I still
top,
think,
top
I think
15?
even in a 10-person league, I think you still, I mean, he's going to be a good, viable option for like a flex option when you don't know who you're going to play, or if, your tight end number 1 has a bye week. I think, he's a viable option there too.
Yeah. Speaking of Hutchinson, definitely start him with Goff. He crushed it last week.
Oh my God.
It's waiver wire pickups for your tight ends. If you need one, your other one shit the bed last week. No big deal. That happens in tight ends. Cole Kmet with Chicago against the Bengals. He's only on 27% of
God, that is a
teams.
bad football team in Chicago.
Right now.
My thing is, they're not.
Yes, they are.
But
No.
who's starting? Dalton or it's Dalton? Revenge game.
I think the only reason why Justin Fields didn't start is because of the defense that they were going against.
You think Kevin's a top 15? I think he's top 15. He's 11 last week, but this is just 1 week.
I just don't trust the Bears. They're a very scary team to watch because they can go boom or bust, and I don't like the comments that Matt Nagy was making about how they're going to utilize Justin Fields, calling him a chess piece. Like, he's not Taysom fucking Hill, okay? He's an elite fucking quarterback.
He's an elite fucking quarterback.
And the only reason he's not playing right now is because Andy Dalton in preseason got promised to be the starter, and we're going to guarantee you snaps. It's the fucking NFL, bro. You're here to win fucking games. Stop trotting out the Red Rocket and let's get Justin Fields in the game. Let's see some fucking magic happen.
I love that Zach always has a problem with like one of my picks, so I'm like, okay, I got another one. Hold on.
Yeah, just keep throwing them out there, bro. I'll dissect every fucking thing you got.
Cleveland. David
Love David Njoku.
Njoku. Yes. He is rostered on 3.7 leagues in ESPN right now.
Wow.
Go swoop him up right now, especially when Odell is still out this week.
He had 15 last week?
Yeah.
Did he catch a touchdown last week? I didn't watch
I think he did. Yeah, I think
He had 15 last week.
He went 3 for 5, 76 yards. I gotta double check that touchdown. I think he did.
I think with David Njoku, one of the things that scares me is kind of like the same thing out in LA, where it's like there's so many options. I mean, you've got both running backs in Cleveland, you've got Jarvis Landry. They're just a good football team right now. And even though they lost, it was Kansas City first of all. So Kansas City's never out of it.
Can't throw that ball.
He
can't throw that ball.
Is Cleveland one of those teams that has enough options but can still produce all around?
Oh,
They can throw it all around.
100%.
Like
I think Cleveland's
you
one
get
of those
solid numbers
teams.
out of everybody on Cleveland.
Yeah, and Cleveland's one of those teams, and yes, I'm a biased Browns fan, but Cleveland is one of those teams that
That's right. I forgot that part.
they can beat you defensively. So Myles Garrett can shut a game down if he wants to, or they can come out and put up 50 points because they have so many weapons. It's just a matter of they need to pick one. I feel like because they played Cleveland they played Kansas City well for 3 quarters and then just stopped playing football. I'm like,
quick segue, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Cleveland, you win that game, but put them away. You gave them way too many chances. You put them away. You win that game. And so
I don't mind that loss. I'd much rather us play them better in the postseason.
Yep.
Obviously. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. And typically we don't really talk about the kickers or the defenses. You got anybody you want to talk about this week?
My fucking kicker for the New York fucking football Giants. 22 points.
Graham Gano has massive nuts.
No way.
Bro, it's just so fucking incredible.
How about good yes? Because he was locked in. What do you go, 5 for 5 extra points and then 2 for 2 field goals or something like that? I mean, he was lights out. The Giants are so bad, bro.
Commercial break. Stop talking about the Giants. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
How are we doing on time, bro?
I think we're okay.
We're a little under an hour, which is good. I've saved.
So you're like
this? Yeah,
bro.
I'm watching it.
I'm watching it.
We're not going over 90 minutes. So do we want to do a little bit of talking about the league? Before we do the matchups, or you want to do the matchups first?
I say we do league, and then we'll just close out with lines.
Yeah, because we need the lines to.
And I'm
What's the storyline we're going with this week?
You gotta talk about this trade.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring that back up.
We'll talk trades because I'm gonna go.
Dude, I'm pretty excited to go with the fucking. Like, you think I'm really gonna give up fucking Jared Goff? Okay.
I think we should also touch on some the waiver wire pickups that our league did.
Sure.
And just if there's anything
you got those pulled up?
Yeah.
You want me to pull up the standings?
Yeah, I got everything pulled up.
I want to ask you because you did like eight transactions this week, so
I'm a tinkerer, bro.
So it's the league first.
And that was Miss Alley Cat SUNDAE Drive. Shout out the whole RSF team, bro. Like, so fucking sick.
Dude, you guys hadn't checked out the RSF team. RSF. Red shirt freshman. You guys still go by that, or are you going by RSF now?
It's just RSF. I mean, like the day ones know what it stands for, but it's RSF.
Yeah. I was like a day 200er, so I have no idea what's
No, it's all love, bro. It's all love.
Hey, I got vintage clothing, man, merchandise.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. He's been in, bro.
What a millennial.
I got all the colors. Well, all right. So we're just talking about the music of somebody in our league. Let's get talking to the action stuff that's happened in our league.
Let's talk about the action.
Transactions, ridiculous trades.
Let's talk about.
Can I ask you literally what the fuck were you thinking? Like by sending me? No. After
Wait. You proposed a ridiculous one?
No, I didn't. It wasn't ridiculous.
Okay. It wasn't ridiculous until after Thursday night's game. So
okay. Well, that's different.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. No, go ahead. Get it off. Get it off your chest. Go ahead.
So this motherfucker. This motherfucker asked me to trade Jordan Jefferson.
Who?
Hold on. Who was it?
You don't even know what's happening.
It was Jordan Jefferson. It was the Bengals receiver.
Jamar Chase.
Sorry.
Jesus.
LSU. I was confused.
Wow.
He wanted me to trade Jamar Chase for Jared Goff, and he just so happened to fucking throw Taylor Heineke.
So
you're a fucking blowjob for that.
That's fine.
Like, you are a skid mark for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, I called him about cussed him out because I was like, you're out of your fucking mind if you think I'm really going to trade Jared Goff
Get after it.
for Jamar Chase.
There you go, bud. See, and this is how I know that we're in a league full of fucking idiots. So,
Bro, and I would have been
no.
so motherfucking pissed at you if Taylor Haneke would have put up that fucking performance that he did last night. And I would have traded you Jared Goff for basically Jamar Chase. Because there's no... Because, again...
wait, you think Taylor Haneke played bad?
How many points did he put up?
19.
That's bullshit for a quarterback.
He's a second-string
Fuck
quarterback.
that.
It's a two-quarterback
No.
league.
He's not a second-string quarterback anymore. He is a starting quarterback
So he wasn't
now.
second on the depth chart then?
Bro, that's bullshit.
No, I'm
He's
asking you a
starting-
question.
No.
I'm asking you a question.
No, he's number
Did he
one.
start the season on his second stringer on the depth
Where
chart?
is he at right now?
I asked you a question.
I asked
Answer the question first.
What?
Was
Answer
he
his
a
question
second
first.
stringer to start the season? Yes or no?
He was.
Okay, then he's a second
No.
stringer.
Now you answer his
No,
question.
answer my question. Where the fuck is he at on the depth chart right now?
First.
All right, so I don't want to hear. He's a starter. I'm not until they sign Cam Newton, which is gonna happen.
It's not.
Listen, until they sign Cam Newton, he is the Washington football team starting quarterback.
Can I say my piece now that he's gotten his little emotional
Fuck
rant
off.
off?
Yeah, the diva.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, he's got to pour himself a shot, which is probably gonna be harder to swallow than his takes. But
What kind of whiskey is that? I don't know. I've seen that.
okay, so here's my piece. Because everybody in this league except for me is so one-dimensional.
Shut the.
Am I allowed to?
I am not flat.
True. He's got a big dumpy back there.
That would be too good.
No, but because everybody in this league is so fucking one-dimensional, I've already begun to think about us adding, keepers for next year's league. So I'm thinking well into advance.
I can't wait for the owner summit this week.
Yeah.
Or next year.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. But that's the thing is nobody here is thinking logically or rationally.
Why the fuck?
Shut
would
the
I-
fuck up, man. Just shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up, man.
I'm in next
Fuck.
season right now.
God damn it. Just give me 35 seconds. Shit.
Sorry.
Fuck. God damn.
Wow. Wow.
I'm done.
Wild whiskey over there.
Unplug his
Give me
fucking
that
mic.
cup.
Unplug
Give
I
me
his
turned
that
my
cup.
mic.
Yeah,
I turned my mic off.
I want to try.
Yeah,
that
turn your
anyway.
shit down. God damn. God damn. So, I have noticed over the past 2 or 3 seasons of being in this league that our owner valuations of their own talent are just ludicrous. I mean, just ridiculous assessments of their own talent. Jared Goff is a serviceable quarterback. And shut the fuck up. Don't take a breath. Just save it, babe. We'll come back to you. Jared Goff is a serviceable quarterback. He threw for 400 and some odd yards last week. That's great. He's also probably going to throw 20 picks this year. The Lions are a bad football team. They're not going to win that many games, maybe 2, 3. I'm thinking about a deaf quarterback because Aaron Rodgers scared the ever-loving shit out of me last week.
Can we talk about that? Like, before you finish, let's talk about that. I think he only has like 1 or 2 more games, and Jordan Love is going to be the starter.
Well, this is my hot take for it. He did that shit on purpose.
Yeah,
So-
we should have talked about this at the beginning.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I
You're
think
good.
everybody
Yeah.
knows, though.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
everybody knows, though. Like,
Listen. I don't think he did. I honestly don't think he did.
it's ridiculous.
Bro, he looked horrible. Not even like he and so I was talking to my uncle today, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was definitely a Lamborghini game." For those of you that don't know what a Lamborghini game is, that's when a player shaves points and throws a game, and he has a Lamborghini in his driveway. Essentially.
No, I think it was a fuck you game to the front office. I really do. I think
Yeah.
it was 100%.
Why, if you want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, why the fuck would you tell?
He's gonna
the
get it
motherfuckers
regardless.
this? No, he's not.
He can't have a bad game. He
No,
can't have a bad day.
no.
One
My
day
thing is,
at the beginning of the season.
I'm just saying, using Zach's logic, you want the biggest contract ever because you saw these other quarterbacks get huge contracts, and you are gonna throw a game to be like, oh no, I'm terrible. I'm gonna act like I'm terrible, so then I'm gonna make them pay me. That makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever.
That's not where the take comes from.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry.
It is more so like I mentioned, it's a fuck you to the front office. You drafted my replacement. You
Just
you
like they
that.
did with Brett Favre when he was drafted.
Did it make Brett Favre mad?
Did Brett Favre stay? How long did Brett Favre stay after Aaron Rodgers was drafted?
A couple years.
No. It was literally the season after he was drafted, he was in New York.
Was it that fast?
Bro, he finished out that seat, so they drafted him. They made it all through the season, and then they came back. Mike McCarthy was just like, hey, we're going to go with the younger guy. And Brett Favre was like, you know what? I'm going to retire anyways. Fuck you.
Do you think that Aaron Rodgers, statistically, is better than Brett Favre?
Statistically, no. He hasn't put up the same numbers as Brett Favre.
Why are you always comparing him to Brett Favre because of Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's literally the same story. Aaron Rodgers has known what this organization was going to do to him when he came in. So when he's in the 12th year of his contract, the same year that Brett Favre was when they drafted Ron, he saw this. He literally saw this movie. He knows how this is going to play out. So to go say, you know what? Fuck the front office. I'm going to throw this game. Bro, you're only speeding up what the fuck they want anyways.
Right. So in my opinion, if you're Aaron Rodgers, I either want you to trade me where I want to go, or I want you to cut me.
Yeah, cut him. I would have cut him. I would have never. Listen, if I'm Matt LaFleur,
That's what I'm saying. If his goal is to get cut, the easiest way to do that is lose 38-3 to the fucking Saints.
You're right. Okay, I get that perspective.
Have you guys heard Aaron Rodgers talk about this situation with?
He sounds like such a little bitch.
I don't blame him one bit.
Like he sounds like such a little bitch. Like it's like, well, I just couldn't find my throws, and with the long off season.
Well, okay, but what?
Like, come on,
But that's how post game interviews go.
Bro, listen.
Why were you bad today?
Listen, at the end of the day, what is the NFL? What is the NFL?
Football league.
No. It's a business.
Yeah.
What is the main purpose of a business?
To buy real estate.
Nope. Make profit.
So you can buy real estate. Whatever.
Make profit.
I just don't necessarily agree that he's bad. Like it was one game. He didn't have a preseason. And he also probably doesn't give a fuck how they do this year.
Correct.
Everybody's like, oh, it's like Michael Jordan with The Last Dance. They're gonna go win a championship. No, bro. His goal is to get out of there as fast as possible. Go make $500 million or whatever it is.
Like Brett Favre did.
He's gonna get the highest contract, and the reason I say that is because that's how the NFL works.
Yep.
The next man up gets the highest contract.
Yep.
That's just how it goes.
I get that.
All right, Scrubs. We're leaving this one.
All right.
For the table.
I love you.
You guys think about this. Write us, DM us, tell us what you think.
Are you pro Aaron Rodgers or are you pro Packers? That's all this is.
Yeah, let us know. We'll talk about
It's
it.
divorce court, bitch.
We'll throw a poll. We'll throw some
I'll
polls
throw a
out
poll
there,
up on Twitter.
and then we'll come back and revisit this next week, so you guys can bitch at each other some more. It'll be fine.
I just need to talk about trades real quick because I never really finished.
Yeah, I just pulled up the acquisition. That's why I was trying to get you.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Because Chris was talking shit. It's really frustrating for me when I'm like crafting these trades because I do actually take it seriously with the goal of making both teams better.
Go fuck yourself.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers, they get these.
Well, that's the way it should be because it's the way trades should be.
That's the way it should be, but everybody thinks that their team deserves the fucking sun, moon, and the stars. I said it in the group chat that they need 3 players for one fucking scrub backup quarterback. I need a backup, bro. That's all I fucking cared about. No, you can't, bro. All I wanted was a backup quarterback.
Hold on, can I just ask, just straight up?
You're doing it. Just do it. Go ahead.
Taylor Heineke and Jared Goff, who are you taking?
It wasn't a 1-for-1.
I was literally
It
losing.
wasn't
I
a
didn't have a
1-for-1.
backup. I didn't have a third string quarterback.
It wasn't a
for bye
1-for-1.
weeks. Listen, I didn't have a third string quarterback for one-on-ones. I don't think Heineke's going to be the starter in 2 weeks.
Really?
I don't.
Wow, you're bad at this.
I don't think he's going to be the starter in 2 weeks.
You're bad at fantasy football. This is crazy.
So, bro, I promise you, I'm willing to bet you $50 right now Cam will be on that roster.
By what week? Because I will eat that action the fuck up.
This one's on
6
tape.
week 6.
6 week?
Week 6.
I'm taking that fucking action.
Cam playing or on
dumb
the
as
roster?
shit.
He'll be on the roster.
The starting,
By
the
week
active
6.
roster.
No. He will be on the Washington football team roster.
Active roster.
Active roster.
Not practice squad.
Not practice squad.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
By week 6, I got 50 on.
By the beginning of week 6 game?
No, by the end
Or
of
the
week
end
6.
of week 5?
By the end of week 6.
So before week 7.
Yeah. So
start.
before the
Bet.
Thursday night
Bet I'm
game.
eating that action up.
$50?
Yeah, $50. There we go.
All right, we got another one.
Bet.
We're gonna keep track of all these bets,
Yeah, like I'm
That way-
taking that, bro. Like
So fucking
because you already owe me 20.
Yeah, dude.
This is about to be Chris owes you
he's
50.
about to no. He's about to owe me 50. Bro, if they lose another fucking game, they're not. There's no
Bro,
way in hell,
won.
bro.
They won.
He
They
looked
beat the
good.
Giants.
He
They
looked-
won.
He
It's
looks
the
good.
Giants.
They won.
That's-
It's
the
a division
Giants,
matchup,
bro.
It's a
That-
division matchup.
Giant. Who's their next one?
I'm about to walk off. I can't fucking believe this shit.
Bro, he is wired on caffeine right now.
I
Don't
know,
make him
I'm
walk
sorry.
away.
I got
He's
2
gonna
full
trip
throttles
over
and
me.
some cold brew in my
I'm
fucking
I'm
body
gonna be
right now.
into this game closet over here. Jeez.
Zach, I just
Ta-
need you.
Taylor?
I love you.
Heineke?
Okay, so
Heineke?
can I explain Taylor Heineke real
Heinz?
quick? Heineke, can I explain Taylor Heineke real quick?
Will
First
you
of
just
all,
admit that I would? I
No.
mean, Jamar Chase. That was all I was getting for golf.
just because you don't understand the value of Taylor Heineke does not mean it was a bad trade.
I didn't say it was a bad trade. I
You
just
that's
said
what you're saying
I
right
just
now.
said you're out of your fucking mind.
Okay, who was? Let's just make it clear. Who was being traded from whose team for what?
I was sending Chris, Jamar Chase, and Taylor Heineke,
Jamar Chase. What team?
the Bengals, wide receiver 1. Joe
Okay.
Burrow's favorite target because they played together in college.
Yep.
Won a national championship.
Yep.
Not a big deal.
Yep.
Whatever, I'm smarter than you.
Yep.
He
And-
said it. Shh, shh. So Jamar Chase and Taylor Heineke for Jared Goff.
And this was before Thursday night.
Correct.
Okay, listeners, tell us who would you have taken that trade or not? We'll put another poll out there this week. Would you have taken that trade or not? And that's all I want to hear about this. The rest of
That's fine.
this
Zach,
episode.
I love you from.
I love you too, bro. I just think you're a fucking idiot.
What other trades
yeah.
were you proposed?
I
Or
sent
proposed to
I
other
sent
people?
I sent a few flyers out, and I took some heat from Phil who messaged me indirectly.
Phil is a dickhead.
Indirectly or directly?
Yeah.
Directly. Sorry.
Phil is a dickhead.
Got 2 full throttles with me. I'm fucking raging.
I just know on what day was that? Like Tuesday? My phone was blowing up
Oh,
all
okay,
day.
so
at
I'll
work.
read you
I didn't
guys-
even read it all.
I'll read you guys the text that I sent.
No,
because-
But
Phil's
Zach
a
was just
dickhead.
going off like
Phil
these
is
people are
definitely a dickhead.
wild.
Well, no, I got not upset. I'm frustrated because I'm playing with rookies. I mean, this
He
is
does think low. He thinks he's the best.
I do.
Yet,
I do.
hold on. Oh, it's in my pocket.
Oh,
I have a ring on my finger.
yeah, from before I was in the league. How convenient is that shit?
All right, that's the only ever. I
So-
gotta get one this year then.
I think the frustrating thing for me was that I'm submitting trades just to get an idea of what people think their valuations are, because that'll tell me what I need to do. So I don't care if you accept it or not. If you accept it, cool, I win. You probably made a bad judgment call. But if you don't, now I know what you think about your own roster, and usually it's fucking wrong.
A lot of people don't have a grip on reality
Exactly.
in our roster
Exactly.
or in our league.
So I put a moratorium on trade offers. I said, fuck you guys. I'll just ride Aaron Rodgers to a fucking championship. And then I muted the chat. I didn't want to hear from you motherfuckers anymore. I was over.
Yeah,
It was so frustrating. No, even if they were, I don't understand in what world. And Phil will come on the show and he'll be the trade.
No. Phil's a dickhead. Like Phil is the worst.
But
Phil is the absolute worst.
So you guys understand my frustration when I'm putting together these trades. I'm trying to find where you have either gaps in your roster or I'm thinking about the future of your roster. Now, if you have, let's say you're wide receiver heavy, well now you have trade bait, you dumb motherfucker. Now you can go get somebody. Are you mad at me for making your team better? It's ridiculous.
Do you
I
not,
mean, you
do you
still
not
have a-
send an email with the trade and just put it all in this
No, fuck that
heartfelt
shit.
letter?
I mean, you still have your conference.
Oh, I'm the best team.
No. Your conference is stacked. You still got a 91% playoff percentage.
Yeah, I know. I'm the best team.
Stop.
Did you run out of record time? It's not recording.
How long has it not been recording?
I just looked at it. It was going, so it's just been a couple seconds. Hold on.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I said I changed when I noticed that I never could.
It's nice to have the kid Roye and the
I'd be fucked up if I ever lost you. I need you to stay. Oh, 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 oh. Can't make a wife out of a hoe. No, I'll never find the words to say sorry, but I'm
scared to be alone.
But I'm scared to be alone. You took out a piece of me.
It's my kid's favorite song, actually.
Bro, that song is hard.
Thumps.
Bro, he's low key tough.
Who, the kid Roye?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Do we have another commercial break?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Looks very complicated though.
Yeah, I want no parts of it.
Never in my life.
No, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Your division is the whiskey division is stacked.
I'm just not even concerned. You know what I mean?
Stacked. There's only one team. Well, the lowest team percentage to make the playoffs is in your division, and it's RJ. He has a 59% chance.
Well, he beat me last week.
Shut the fuck. And he still has a 59%.
But again, this was an Aaron Rodgers 1 point week, so I don't get concerned about week 1 issues.
No, you can't. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you need to be hitting the panic button.
Never mind.
Yeah, I think you're fine, bro. I
gotta wrap up here soon, boys.
I know, we're almost done.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
How long have we been recording?
Hour and 20.
Yeah,
we're
hour and a half.
done. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna start wrapping this up.
I was
Getting
diving
us
to
to the
picks.
picks.
Yeah.
I'll give like 3 or 4.
Alright, I gotta clear up space. I'm gonna use my work computer next time.
Oh, you out of space?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I got a lot of videos that I can get rid of too. That one.
All my niggas with the shit, cause they all filled with demons. We gon' bend the block and narrow it out and leave it bleeding. Bleeding, you better believe it. If it ain't about money, then you know I gotta. Bitch, I'm sitting like the referee, go side by the deacon. All my niggas wildin', they don't need a reason.
Oh, we're good.
I won't do that.
What was the last thing that they heard?
You probably have to run it back.
Yeah.
No, even if they weren't, I don't understand in what world. And Phil will come on the show and he'll be, no,
Phil's a dick.
No, Phil's a dick.
So do I need to re-say that?
No, you can do whatever you want because I'm gonna record a little clip at home and be like, I'm gonna have to come up front with what happened, like technical difficulties. We're back to it. Or do you want to try to match it up?
Nah, fuck it.
Nah.
I would say let's.
Or we can do the technical difficulty thing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. We are recording again.
Oh, thank God you fixed it.
Oh, shit.
Jake just tried to delete the last hour.
I
and a
know.
half.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Anyways,
I'm about shit.
Phil's a dick.
yeah. Phil is a dickhead for that. So, I don't think. I think there is like and everybody believes in their roster is a championship quality roster.
Oh, there's no way.
Bro, people believe in what they believe in. You can't tell somebody how to believe. You just can't.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
I fucking hate you guys. I fucking hate everybody in this league. I hate everybody in this league when it comes to transactions.
So,
All right, well, real quick, wrap up the transactions.
Yeah.
You did the most
Yeah.
ad drops this week.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Why'd you do it? And why do you think other people should do it?
I just love to tinker, bro. I really do. Sometimes it can be a downfall if you over analyze your roster. But I think when I'm composing a bench is really where my transactions tend to come from. I'm not really altering my starting lineup too much until we get into bye weeks. So really, it's finding diamonds in the rough that I can use as trade bait, or even just as long-term potential flex options, things like that for when I'm about to make a playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have those guys stashed on my bench, and I think you get a pretty fair assessment the first couple of weeks of the season of who's going to get targets, who's going to get carries, who's going to. So that's really where my transactions tend to come from early in the season. Later in the season is when I'll really start looking at it much more objectively, I think, in terms of week-to-week matchups and not necessarily like a strength of schedule or things like that.
So I think you did what, like for transactions, give me one or two drops that you think, why you did those, and one or two ads why you did those. They don't have to be the one for one or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, the one ad that I did have was Devontae Freeman in Baltimore, just because of the running back carousel that they have right now. So that was one of the ads where I looked for who was getting rostered.
Mm-hmm.
I had Le'Veon Bell stashed because I thought for sure he was going to be the active call-up from the practice squad, and they didn't. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck happened there? Because he's a monster, in my opinion. But I guess he's not game ready. So I think I ended up flipping him for Devontae. So that was my streaming ad there for potential running back help if I need it, or if one of mine goes down. Because I'm really hurting at the running back spot if Dalvin Cook or Najee Harris fall off or get hurt. So
Yeah, I feel that.
What about you? You did some movement around there. I think you had a couple. I see you got Gallup off there.
He's hurt and he's going to be out for a while, so I went ahead and took Sterling Shepard, who got 18 on the bench, and he's just really just a flex wide receiver 2 option.
I think he's definitely a boomer bust guy, especially in New York.
But he's consistent, so that's 2 weeks in a row where he's gotten plus 15.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. Like he's nerve wracking to start because he's definitely a boomer bust.
He reminds me of T.Y. Hilton in the sense that, like, I used to start T.Y. every week,
and T.Y.'s not a consistent guy.
No, but he would put up 25 points and have 3 touchdowns, and then the next week he wouldn't have any targets.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, how does this happen?
Yep.
So yeah, I think early in the season when you're trying to get a feel for your roster and figure out what you want your team makeup to be, especially based on league scoring, it's really just tinkering and finding out what bench players you're going to add and guys that you're going to stash for trades or playoff pushes.
Yep.
Yeah. The only movement I did was that the pickup for who was that? That I snagged. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, and then you got like defenses and kickers too. I think those tend to be
You guys want to?
Oh yeah, lost David Johnson, Zach Pascal. That's right.
Oh,
you're not worried.
Love it.
You guys want to transition into
some picks?
Final picks
and
for
then,
week 2.
For week 2, and then we're out of here.
Do you guys want? Would you rather have matchups first, or would you rather go with our betting picks?
I would just give them the betting picks.
Okay. And I'm
first of all, disclaimer. Again, we do not encourage you gambling any money that is needed or necessary. If you do feel like you do have a gambling problem, 1-800-BETS-OFF.
And full disclosure, I'm gambling with like $5, $10, $15, and $20 bets at the most.
Right.
So again, this is not me just throwing my life savings away. This is meant to make games that I don't have a rooting interest in that much more interesting.
Yep.
So, for instance, and you can ask Kara what I looked like watching the New York Giants play Washington football team on Thursday when he missed the first kick to win the game.
Oh my god!
And then they called the flag. I about shit my pants.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Wait, they're doing it again."
Did you leave the room?
Oh,
I'm already pissed.
So yeah, I was like, "Well, there goes my money." And then he made the second one, and I sprinted down the hallway. Cashed. So picks. I'll give you 3 or 4 that I think I'll probably end up laying some action on this week, just because I think the lines are absurd. One being the Houston Texans and Cleveland Browns. So the Browns are favored by 13 points on Bovada.
That's massive.
13 points is a lot in the NFL. I know it doesn't sound like it because teams get blown out all the time. That's a lot of points in the NFL. And I have faith in Tyrod to keep them not close, but certainly within 2 scores.
Sure.
Yeah, he's not going to lose it. He's not going to win it. He'll be there though. So yeah, I would take the Texans in terms of the spread there.
Yeah.
Another line that again is just absurd is Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Tampa Bay is favored by 12.5 points. Again, that's a lot of fucking points. I don't care if it is Tom Brady. That's a lot of fucking points. And Matt Ryan. It's a lot of fucking points. So yeah, they're laying 12.5. I would definitely take Atlanta on the spread there, but definitely if you're betting money lines only, take Tampa Bay.
Sweet.
The last one that I think I would ride is the Packers are favored 11.5 points over Detroit. I don't think it's going to be that widespread. I would say Detroit covers. So, again, anything over 10 points, really. If you're looking at a 2-score game, I would look very closely at the potential of that underdog to keep it close.
A lot of those two were 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Even
That's a
field
lot
goal
of
wouldn't
points.
help you out there.
That's a lot of points.
Big facts.
So those would probably be the ones that I'll end up playing around with, potentially teasing down or up, depending on what the game day rosters end up looking like, and starts and injuries, things like that.
We're just ending it there. You don't want to run through real quick, just say which one we all think.
I think
week 2
that's
schedule.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I could do like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
if you might.
Okay, so
I got.
Oh,
I got the schedule.
I was gonna. Okay.
All right, noon. Raiders and Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, we're
Both going Steelers?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with you too, I think. Then we got 49ers and Eagles.
Niners.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Ooh.
I like Jalen Hurts.
Are they playing in San Fran?
What did I say that? Top one. At Philly.
At Philly?
At
I
Philly.
still take San Fran.
I like Jalen Hurts. He showed me a lot of maturity in that
Actually,
game.
Actually, I am going to take the Eagles. And
I'm going Eagles too.
only because West Coast teams going to the East Coast
Don't
at
do
noon.
well.
That's a 3-hour time difference. That's going to be like playing at 9 o'clock in the morning for them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll
That's a
take the
very good
Eagles.
point.
What's the spread? Actually, I
have
think
the
I might
spread
have
on
that here. Give me
I
just
just got the
a
schedule.
secchi poo here. Yeah, Eagles +3. I'll take that action.
Yeah, all day.
All right, Texans and Browns.
Browns all the way,
Browns,
baby.
Yeah, I'll go Browns.
Agreed. Broncos, Jaguars.
Broncos.
Yeah, again, agreed. Saints, Panthers.
Saints. Famous
Jameis.
bro.
We didn't spend a lot of time on famous, but yeah, I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Rams, Colts.
Rams
for sure. No
Rams
doubt.
are going to go 17.
Bills, Dolphins.
I'm going to take the Bills. I believe in Josh Allen.
You want to know? They're in Miami. I like Tua Tagovailoa. Buffalo did not impress me, and I feel like they have to get this game back, so I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. Even though I like Dolphins, Bills for sure. Patriots, Jets.
Patriots.
For
Mac
sure.
Jones throws for 300.
I think if there is a game that Mac Jones could look bad in, it would be one like this, where he underestimates them. As much as Bill Belichick believes in Mac Jones, he's an Alabama quarterback, and I think there's...
Where he thinks it's going to be easier.
Yep. Yep.
He's going to get himself off his game.
Exactly.
For sure. Last one in the early window, Bengals, Bears.
Bengals.
Bengals all day.
The Bears are
until the
bad,
Bears figure out, like,
But they
Justin
have to
Fields
play
is-
Justin Fields.
You know, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to go Bears on this one.
Interesting.
Fair
Why?
enough. Yeah. I don't know, just because you guys went Bengals.
I like it.
Late window, Falcons, Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Yeah,
Falcons cover
for
the spread.
sure.
Falcons cover
I
the
don't
spread.
think they cover.
Forgot
the
who threw the ball.
That's
as well.
ridiculous.
I don't think they cover the spread.
What's the spread? That's 12.
That's like 12 and a half. Yeah, I think.
All right, Vikings, Cardinals.
I'm going AZ. AZ
Always.
is the real deal, bro.
So
Oh,
I think this will
Skyler.
probably be the best game of the week. Quite
Yeah,
honestly,
100%.
I'm
I think
very
it's
sure.
gonna. I don't think it's going to be the defensive struggle that people believe. I think we're going to see a lot of fireworks.
I
This
think,
game.
well, what's the over/under on that? Do you know?
They're
They're high
50 and
ones
a
this
half.
week. There are some.
50.
Yeah, I'll take the
high
over/under.
over-unders.
I'll take the over/under.
Which way?
Over.
Okay.
Bang
Titans, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Seahawks. I
Tennessee
would
Frog.
love to see Tennessee do something here.
I mean, don't
Tennessee
get
has
me
a-
wrong.
maybe-
Derrick Henry is going to have a better game than 16 on.
Not until October.
What do you think the flaw is with Tennessee right now, real quick?
They're a bad football team,
Yeah, they're a bad football team.
and they have a
Anything
lot
in
of
particular?
injuries. Lot of
Injuries.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So Seahawks all around. Cowboys, Chargers. This is going to be
know
one
what
of my
I'm going
favorite-
with. You know what I'm going with.
Cowboys.
You guys.
God damn it, you!
Look at it.
How about them motherfucking Cowboys? Stars up, baby.
I'll let you say what you're going to say.
I just think it's embarrassing.
Are you going Chargers?
Of course I'm going Chargers. Justin Herbert was the most efficient pass from the NFL last week. I think his QBR was up there. I think he was like a 141, something like that. Hell of a game.
Yeah.
He's a
If you
good quarterback.
If you remember from last episode, Chris and I are Dallas fans,
Gross.
and Zach is a new Cleveland Browns fan in the
Relax.
past few years.
It's been 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Since the Rams left.
Yeah,
So you
which
guys
was 5
can-
years we found out. You
guys
thought it was
can-
like 11. Not that. Anyway, but the O-line suspension and
Not gonna matter.
Chargers
Not gonna
looked
matter.
real good.
Not
I
gonna
think
fucking
Mike
matter.
Williams might
Not
show
gonna
up
matter.
again, and I'm gonna
So
pick Chargers, even though I want the Cowboys to
Fucking
win, and
go.
I don't.
You're
I
out of
don't
fucking-
doubt the
fucking go.
Cowboys, but I've always been a fan of Justin since last year.
Let's
So
fucking
Herbert.
go.
No, Herbert's nice.
All right, Chiefs and Ravens primetime Sunday.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Chiefs gonna dog these boys. It is gonna be ugly as a motherfucker.
It's gonna be terrible primetime.
I think the Chiefs win by 2
Baltimore.
touchdowns.
I think Baltimore finds themselves.
I think the
oh,
Chiefs
Two
win by
touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. I think it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think Baltimore's trash.
I think Lamar's gonna
so,
get embarrassed.
yeah.
This is gonna be the game where
Baltimore's
people
trash.
look back to. Oh, quick side note. I blew it up earlier. The Baltimore Ravens haven't beaten the Kansas City Chiefs since 2012. So Lamar has never beaten Patrick Mahomes, and it hasn't been close. And it's not going to be this week either.
No,
No, I don't see
No,
it.
it's not. And then final game of the week, Monday night, we've got Detroit and Green Bay up in Wisconsin.
Aaron Rodgers' revenge game. He throws for 400 yards, 4 TDs, no picks.
Do you think he's going to come back, or do you think he's trying to still get cut?
I think he accomplished what he had to last week.
Yeah.
He did. So now it's all about him.
Now he just wants to control it. Here we go.
It's also Detroit.
So you got Packers?
I'm taking the Packers and I'm taking the over as well.
Who you got?
I'm probably going Detroit.
Oh my God! How can you not go Packers? I'm going Packers.
Are you taking Detroit straight up or are you taking the points?
No, straight up.
You're a savage.
That's our week 2 episode, everybody, on the Decoded log. Check the description for all the links to our socials. Start following, start communicating with us, respond to these polls that are out there. We want to hear from you. Help us talk better football with you. So thank you, and check the descriptions for these song links as well. Love you guys. Peace.
It's dope.
What a fucking episode, boys.
Love it, boys.
What a fucking episode.
Which one is this by you?
Superstar. Superstar.
Trail it out a little bit. Leave my mic on. And that one was Superstar by Simply Chris. Check it out.